Have you ever heard Bible stories of Jesus healing people with merely a touch or even from a distance? Here are two biblical accounts where Jesus healed the sick, but it wasn't just their physical ailments he cured. Get ready to discover the astounding stories that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about healing and the power of belief. Jesus heals the paralytic. Imagine yourself in ancient Capernaum, a bustling town on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. The year is approximately 30 AD. You find yourself inside a house, part of a large crowd gathered to listen to a renowned teacher from Nazareth named Jesus. People have come from far and wide to hear his teachings, but word has spread that he possesses a unique ability, the power to heal. Suddenly, 4 men enter carrying their friend. He's paralyzed and unable to walk. His legs have been atrophied for years, and his entire nervous system has been compromised. It's not just a physical ailment, it's a profound disability that has impacted every aspect of his life. Desperate for a miracle, his friends carry him up onto a roof, tearing it open to create an opening. Their hope that Jesus can reach the paralyzed man and help him. As the crowd grows thicker, the men struggle to keep their friend safe. The noise draws attention, and soon enough Jesus himself approaches the opening on the roof. Behold, men brought a paralyzed man on a coat, and they sought to bring him in to lay before Jesus. Luke chapter 5 verse 18. Seeing their faith, he said to him, Man,
your sins are forgiven. Luke chapter 5 verse 20.
The scribes and the Pharisees began to reason, saying, Who is this who speaks blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God alone? Luke chapter 5 verse 21. But Jesus, perceiving their thoughts, answered them, Why are you reasoning so in your hearts? Luke chapter 5 verse 22. Turning his gaze to the crowd, he addresses them directly, saying,
Which is easier, to say, Your sins are forgiven, or to say, Arise and walk? Luke chapter 5 verse 23.
Which is easier, to say, Your sins are forgiven, or to say, Arise and walk? Luke chapter 5 verse 23. But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. He said to the paralyzed man, I tell you, arise, take up your cot, and go to your house. Luke chapter 5 verse 24. Immediately he rose up before them and took up that which he was lying on, and departed to his house, glorifying God. Amazement took hold on all, and they glorified God. They were filled with fear, saying, And we have seen strange things today. Luke chapter 5 verse 25 and 26. He immediately gathers his mat and walks out, leaving behind the stunned crowd and bewildered onlookers. To them, it's a shocking miracle, an instant transformation that defies medical understanding. For years, he'd needed assistance to walk, yet now he moves with ease and confidence. This miraculous event raises profound questions. How could Jesus instantly cure a man who had been paralyzed for years? Modern neuroscience tells us that paralysis often involves severe damage to the spinal cord, severing vital neural pathways and disrupting motor functions. Healing from such injuries typically involves extensive rehabilitation and, in some cases, even experimental treatments. Yet the Bible states that with just a few words, Jesus restored the man's ability to walk. He didn't use any medication, surgery, or therapy. The healing was immediate and complete. Furthermore, the story goes beyond the physical aspect. Jesus didn't just restore the man's mobility, he also forgave his sins. This spiritual element adds another layer of complexity. Can the mind's state influence physical health? Does forgiveness play a role in healing? Science recognizes the connection between the mind and body, but how much weight should we give to the idea that forgiveness can influence physical ailments? The account of the paralyzed man's healing offers a compelling look into the relationship between the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of human existence. It challenges our understanding of healing and invites us to consider the boundaries of medical science. Could there be more to healing than meets the eye? Is there a deeper connection between our minds, spirits, and bodies that science is yet to uncover? These are challenging questions that continue to resonate even today. Jesus heals a blind man from birth. Now let's transport ourselves to another location and time. Imagine being in the ancient city of Jericho, famous for its strategic importance and historic significance. It's around the same time, approximately 30 AD, and once again, you find yourself in the presence of Jesus. This time, he's accompanied by a large crowd of followers and disciples, all drawn to him by his teachings and his reputation for performing miracles. As he passed by, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" John chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. Jesus answered, "This man didn't sin, nor did his parents, but that the works of God might be revealed in him." John chapter 9, verse 3. "I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work." John chapter 9, verse 4. "While I am in the world, I am the light of the world." John chapter 9, verse 5. He doesn't ask for wealth, fame, or power. His desire is as pure as his faith, to witness the beauty of the world, to behold the face of the man who can heal him. And so Jesus performs a simple yet extraordinary act that changes the blind man's life forever. When he had said this, he spat on the ground, made mud with his saliva, anointed the blind man's eyes with the mud. John chapter 9, verse 6. And said to him, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So he went away, washed, and came back seeing. John chapter 9, verse 7. With renewed hope, the blind man follows these instructions. He journeys to the pool of Siloam, immerses himself in its water, and washes away the mud. And in that moment, something extraordinary happens. His eyes are opened and he sees. It's not just the ability to perceive light or darkness that returns to him. He can see colors, shapes, and details with clarity. Most remarkably, he can see faces. He looks up and beholds the face of Jesus, the one who touched his eyes, the one who gave him back his sight. The blind man's world explodes with color and detail. For the first time, he witnesses the beauty of a sunset, the vibrant hues of a flower, the smiling faces of his loved ones. Every sight is a new revelation, a masterpiece painted by nature and revealed to him after years of darkness. This miracle transcends the physical act of healing. Jesus didn't merely restore the man's eyesight. He showed him the world in a way he'd never experienced. He enabled him to connect with others on a deeper level, to recognize their faces and share in their joy and sorrow. But how did this healing occur? From a scientific standpoint, it's hard to comprehend. If the man was born without the visual cortex, a part of the brain responsible for processing visual input, developing properly, how could he suddenly start seeing? Neural networks must form intricate connections, and the brain must learn to interpret visual data. These processes take months, even years to complete. Yet the blind man didn't undergo any gradual improvement. There was no period of adjustment for his brain to adapt. He simply washed in the pool and started seeing. This biblical account offers a glimpse into the extraordinary powers that Jesus possessed. It also poses profound questions for medical science. Is there a connection between the spiritual realm and the physical world that influences healing? The story of the blind man's healing challenges conventional medical understanding. In both accounts, Jesus demonstrated extraordinary abilities that defied medical understanding. He healed the paralyzed man instantly, bypassing years of physical therapy, and the blind man from birth, granting him sight without any developmental period. These miracles raise questions about the limits of medical science and the potential for spiritual influence on physical ailments. While science continues to unravel the complexities of the human body, these stories remind us that there might be aspects of healing and the mind-body connection that lie beyond our current comprehension. What are your thoughts on these miraculous stories? Do you believe in the healing power of faith, or do you seek scientific explanations for these phenomena? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and share it with others who might appreciate these extraordinary tales. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Each new episode brings fresh content that explores the unseen world around us. So join our community and embark on this journey of discovery with us. Thanks for watching.